And speaking of Mordor, here they come. Some heavy infantry of orcs and an orc band of spearmen. Another orc band of spearmen, another orc band of spearmen, and the mountain trolls. And another unit of heavy infantry orcs here. So let's take a look and see how he deals with this. Now his right flank, since he moved the units that did that were previously refusing this flank. Let's see how he deals with it. See if he can perhaps move this heavy infantry over in the meantime. And he's still cleaning up the enemy units here that are routing of the rune. And looks pretty close. I'm really interested in what he does regarding the trolls. So I think that might be a good focus point. Oh, and sure enough, as I possibly suggested / predicted, he is moving over his heavy infantry, but unfortunately they don't move in time, and they're hit slightly in the flank, and here come the trolls smashing through the center of his spearmen. Now his spearmen, it does show that a victory is a distinct possibility, so although the casualties look a lot more dangerous than they really are, it seems like they're going to be able to at least hold off the mountain trolls for a little while. And here we are. It looks like his axemen, however, have decided to rout, probably because they were hit on the flank by these trolls, and their morale is not nearly as stalwart as that of the let's see here, the strong Fountain Guard. If anyone had to go toe-to-toe with trolls, I'm assuming the Fountain Guard would be the best to do so. And unfortunately, it looks like defeat is now certain for them. So the big question is what Sergio is going to do now, is what he's going to do next. Now, at this point, with his infantry mostly fixed along the line here, he has to rely on either his missile units or his cavalry. And looks like he's going to be trying to do some strikes with his cavalry, so let's take a look at that. There we are. It looks like he's going to do a hammer and anvil on the weakest point, which is very wise. A lot of people would want to do a hammer and anvil on this thicker part of the battle, but what you really want to do on an impact like this is a really shocking morale effect and forcing them to break. And it's easiest to do that when you're up against a smaller force. And now that that is gone, he can roll up his line, probably to deal with these trolls, and then start using more hammer and anvil strikes upon the bulk of this infantry here. Unfortunately, here comes some more orcish infantry, so the relief that his left flank is getting won't last for very long. And right now it looks like he's starting to lose a lot more of his troops, but battle is still in his favor. As long as his line can hold off these trolls here, which have been probably brought down to near half their number, he should be fine. The biggest thing he'll probably need to check is his friendly fire, because at this point you do not want to be shooting your own men in the back. Oh, here comes another hammer and anvil on the left flank, and that causes another break of these wavering and broken orcish spearmen. Excellent. Very good. So it looks like at least 3 units of this orc band have now retreated and are routing, and looks like only 1 troll is left. Whoa! 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 Hold the phone here for a second. Hold the phone. That is Sauron. Sauron came to the battle. I did not even see that. Alright, well, because of that, folks, let's keep an eye on him for a bit and see what the heck he's doing. My goodness. Well, it looks like he's running, which is un-Sauron-like. And it looks like he's actually having his axemen chase after the routing units, which is a good idea to make sure they don't reform, but now it looks like his cavalry is taking to that task a whole lot better. The trolls are still fighting, but he has enough infantry to deal with them. The question is how the heck is he going to deal with the Dark Lord himself? Look at that. That is awesome. He's just throwing, oh my goodness, he's throwing as much infantry as he can. and with no big surprise, it's knocking his own men around and killing them quite soundly. It's going to take quite a bit of effort to deal with Sauron. I don't know if he would be vulnerable to cavalry, to missile units, to, you know, the absence of the One Ring. I think we need a fallen king here to help out the folks, but we'll see what he does. He's just barreling through them though. Wow. That is something. Sure enough, it looks like these orcs are pretty much defeated. Even if they do reform, they will be so vulnerable. No, it looks like his cavalry is sweeping them up quite soundly. So, all that's left is Sauron. And let's see what it takes to bring him down. He's throwing in more spearmen, it looks like, and Fountain Guard downhill, which is good. I can't even get a close-up on this guy. He's bloodied. That's impressive. Jeez Louise. Oh, hey, what did you do today? Oh, nothing really. Just fought the Dark Lord Sauron. Bloodied his armor. Lost about 700 friends. But, you know, it was a good time. It was a good little row. Oh my goodness. Look at that guy fly. Has he even been in... Well, it looks like he's bloodied. But before it said he was 3 cavalry, and he's still 3 cavalry, so he still technically has what I assume is 3 hit points. So, now this is one thing I'm actually curious about. If I was fighting Sauron, and it looks like he can bowl over infantry quite well with these charges, I don't know if clambering around him is really the best idea. If anything, I'd almost try to disengage with him and at least shoot at him for a little while with missiles. Because once you clump up together with him quite a bit, that gives just a whole lot more targets for him to smash around. And if, goodness forbid, you have one unit rout, that will increase the likelihood of the other units routing, because I'm assuming Sauron has at least some sort of fear of that. My goodness. But perhaps numbers will prevail, hopefully. And I think this battle might go on for quite some time. But I don't want to cut away, because who knows when it's going to take, or when Sauron's going to actually fall, and if I miss it, well, you're all going to hate me, especially Sergio. So let's just take a look at this, and I'll spend the time while he's even thrown in his rangers at this point. They must have used all their missile units, so really all he can help now. All he can do now is hope for Sauron to, well, die. Now I don't know if all these units that are getting knocked over are being killed, but it's probably safe to say that at least a third or half of them are. He's charging through like an elephant, and it seems like he still has all of his hit points. What is he going to do to kill this guy? Obviously try to take the ring from him, but really, would you approach something like that? Probably not. I do really like how it's kind of inspired by the movies with his swings. He's just throwing guys around. I remember when I saw that in the theaters, I was just blown away by the awesomeness that was the situation. Was that situation? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Lost half of our men. Yep, they've now lost half of their men. I'm sure at least a good 5 to 10% of that was Sauron by himself, but he is really, honestly, by himself. Now, it looks like the units around them are actually getting quite shaken. Now, some of them are eager still, more specifically the Rangers. But now let's just zoom out here for a second and see exactly what he is doing. It looks like he is disengaging his Rangers. I wonder what he plans on doing with them. Now, as we can see, folks, is that, well, we're only about halfway through the battle, which means something goes on for quite some time, which means he's going to fight Sauron for quite some time. And I don't know if I want to record all of it, because this video will just be about a good 20 minutes of, oh, look at Sauron smashing people around. If only I knew when he was going to attack. Oh, he is trying missiles. I think it has registered that simply engaging in hand-to-hand is not how you fight a Dark Lord. Of course, Sauron, knowing this, or maybe not knowing this, has gone after the Lithian Rangers. So, let us we'll still keep watching. It looks like he is spreading out a little bit. And now Sauron is going after these axemen. And so, at the sacrifice of some of these axemen's lives, it looks like he is going to try to fire some missiles into Sauron. Now, I can make the assumption that the battle will be won once Sauron is defeated, for the most part. And since we're only about halfway through the battle, I can assume that this will take some time. So I'm going to stop recording just for now, but if a different tactical advance or something more promising happens, I'll be sure to regain the... Well, let's just take one last look at this. Oh, I missed it. As he charges through like a maniac. My god. Anywho, I'll get back to you once something changes. So at this point, it seems that Sauron had engaged with a lot of these huntsmen right here, and they were devastated, if not only by Sauron's own mace, but by the actual friendly fire of Sergio. So now let's see what his next target is, and it still says he has 3 hit points, I'm assuming, and shrugging off those arrows like a champ. Here you can see that same tactic again. These axemen who are wavering, and more missile units, well, they were pouring in into Sauron, but taking quite a few friendly fire, and now looks like he's really trying to spread out his units to prevent to limit the amount of casualties he'll be taking. He's probably thinking at this point, how the hell do I kill this guy? Because that's what I'm thinking. Oh dear. Very brave, very astute, and very dead now too, but very brave. Now I wonder if the axeman's armor piercing would actually work against Sauron. Here he comes for another charge. Oh boy. Oh my goodness, did you hear that? That was a Sauron voice right there. That was incredible. I really have to give props to the developers of this mod because, oh my goodness! Oh, that was a horrible place. And here comes more arrows, which are killing more of his men than perhaps Sauron. Maybe he's doing a mercy blow for them, realizing that they would face a horrible crushing death. Instead, a quick death with an arrow through the skull. Perhaps not. Now it appears Sauron has tired of eating axemen, and now he has a hankering for some Fountain Guard and Citadel Guard in what appears to be perhaps guard mode. So now he's plowing through them like crazy. It doesn't seem like he's going to be stopping anytime soon. Still has 3 hit points. My goodness. Which is, I guess, somewhat realistic, although incredibly infuriating. I think maybe it will be a matter of attrition, or perhaps Sergio will actually lose. Who knows? Oh, there he goes to the axeman again, and that one guy did not have any luck. Now it appears that Sauron is going for... Oh, he's going to do a cavalry charge. Now this will be extremely interesting. The charge bonus might be enough to get past his armor, as long as they don't get fixed in too much, because I have a feeling Sauron will destroy cavalry as effective as he will against infantry. And obviously he's fighting underneath the tree, and no one else seems to be striking him, so that is not good. Alright, let's take a little bit more of a look at this. There we are. I'm surprised he's not trying repeated cavalry charges, because that is cavalry's main forte, I guess you could say. Being able to use that charge bonus to really slam into a single end. Oh my god, he just killed 3 in one blow. I would withdraw ASAP, dude. ASAP.